What are you looking for in your ideal tow car? Well, for many of us, we want a car that's heavy, powerful and four-wheel drive. This high specification Seat Tarraco is all three. We're testing the 200 horsepower 2-litre diesel in FR Sport trim, and at the time of our test, it will set you back just over £44,000.
You can buy many talented SUVs for that kind of money, including the Skoda Kodiaq and the Volkswagen Tiguan Allspace, both of which are closely related to the Tarraco. The Hyundai Santa Fe also makes a strong case for itself, but the Tarraco can hold its head high in this company.
Some Seat Tarracos are two-wheel drive, which does improve fuel economy, although it reduces their weight. This Seat, however, is a proper 4x4 with a healthy curb weight of 1,822 kilograms. That gives an 85% match figure, as usually recommended as a sensible limit for safe and stable towing, of 1,549 kilograms.
We've matched the Seat to a Swift Fairway Grand 580, weighing 1,381 kilograms, borrowed from Club Preferred dealer Broad Lane.
There's plenty of pulling power to cope with any sensibly matched tourer, and the Seat pulls the Caravan up to speed with no sign of strain. On a hilly road though, it's probably worth knocking the gearbox into sport mode rather than drive, so it's a little bit quicker to grab a lower gear.
The diesel engine is familiar from countless other VW Group cars, although in this case it's in a high state of tune. Even so, it delivers acceptable fuel economy. We saw 24.1 mpg while towing the Swift. The Tarraco is stable as well as fuel efficient. There's little movement from the Caravan on country roads or on the motorway. Firm suspension helps keep car and Caravan under control, although the ride is a little too firm for comfort around town.
Inside, there's space for 7, although if you're going any distance you really want to be here in the front or in the middle row. There's not so much space in the third row. Up front you've got loads of room though. People of all sorts of shapes and sizes can stretch out, and there's enough adjustment for the seat and the wheel for people of different sizes to get comfortable for a long drive. What's not quite so good is the infotainment system, which looks fantastic but isn't particularly easy to use once you're driving, once you're on the move. And you can really make the same criticism of the air conditioning controls, which use these touch sensitive pads rather than proper buttons, which would be a lot more easy to use without being distracted. So in the middle row, there's plenty of space for adults. If you look at this front seat, this is set up for me. I'm about 6'3", and as you can see, I've still got enough room to travel in comfort. The only problem would be if you've got 3 people travelling in the middle row, in which case this rather stout transmission tunnel does get in the way of your feet a little bit. But you do have air vents to keep everybody cool, and on this specification you've got heated rear seats as well, which is a nice touch. The Isofix mounting points are nice and easy to access, should be very simple to use. And something else that you get in this car, which you don't necessarily get in a lot of other vehicles, is Isofix mounting points in the front passenger seat, which is great if you need to travel with a young child in a child seat and you're on your own. The third row though is nothing like as spacious as here in the second row. It's fine for children, adults will fit in there at a pinch, but it's not somewhere you want to sit if you're going to be going long distances. It just feels a little bit claustrophobic back there. Let's take a look at the boot space. Now, like a lot of 7-seaters, the Tarraco isn't huge in terms of its luggage space when all 7 seats are upright and in place. But if you lower the third row into the floor, instead of having room for, let's say, a few shopping bags, you've got plenty of space for a family's holiday luggage. Now, if you want to load all the way up to the ceiling, you can take the parcel shelf out and stash it here under the floor. The Tarraco really is an impressive tow car. Some 7-seaters do have more room in the third row, but this car is stable, practical and sensibly priced. It really does tick an awful lot of the boxes most of us look for in a tow car.